of the world how to play, and now it's known as a Celtic way. We play the ball from side to side, and intermediate tries to hide, but we play the ball from front to back. Attack, 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 a 67. And then he's a Lisbon, the flash game in the thousands, to see the boys become champions of 67. And then he's a Lisbon, the flash game in the thousands, to see the boys become champions. Thought they hadn't won, but we showed the world how to play, and now it's known as a Celtic way. We play the ball from side to side, and until they try to hide, but we play the ball from front to back. Attack, 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 67. And then he's a Lisbon, the fighting in the thousands, to see the boy become champion.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Celtic Rumours TV, the Bawz and Bovril podcast, episode number 202. With myself, Mark. Joining us tonight, we've got the Bishop Ways. There we go. We even got my wee entrance now. There you go, John.
Looking good.
Right. Terence has got his wee horn swaggle, and you've got that now. Big Jerry maybe be coming on later on. He's just got something on the news, so he's not a bit. So I say this is a podcast for our forum. It's www.celticrumours.co.uk. The link to that, our Discord and everything's in the description box below. Everybody's more than welcome to come and get involved on anything like that. Some shout outs for some of the lads on there. Paul, Terence, I don't know if we're Terence, he must be at work tonight. I've not heard from him all day really. Jerry McGinn, old Tim Alloy, Mikey, wee John United Ireland, Big Jabber, Kev, Welshie, Malika, TB for the Discord, top riggers for the Discord. Who have we got in the live chat so far? Bobby would be in first. Evening, Bobby boy. Campsay's here. Greg, evening, Greg. You know coming on, Greg? No. Patrick McLaughlin, nice to see you, Patrick. Thanks for coming in. Brian will be in heavy. He'll be sitting there with a black armband on and that. I know that Kyogo's left. David Gallagher, evening, mate. Thanks for coming in. Flip Flop, nice to see you. Cameron, mate. San Fran Celtic. Here's Mikey there. Evening, Mikey. Liam Doyle. Evening, Liam. Patrick. Well, that's everybody gave a shout out then. Well, we've got a few things to talk about. John, you've muted your mic.
That's me. Sort it.
Right. Well, I mean, we've got a few things to talk about. Kyogo's back. Is KT going to come back? This Bally situation just is baffling with every day that goes on. It really is. This left back situation at Celtic. But first we'll start with John. First we'll start with like just the recent kind of games because we've not really done a pod for the games and that. But you, the young boys game, were you? Aye.
I was actually trying to think back there. My mind's a kind of blank. And I was thinking about it. It seems a kind of.
With the game getting called off at the weekend there.
It's all been a wee bit. It's all been a wee bit mental this year, isn't it?
Then I'm getting Todd on John. Then I'm getting daggers through at me. I forgot to give Grot Bags a shout out there.
Oh, can I do that? She should be first on the list.
So what did you think of the young boys game?
Aye, it was a bit of hard. It was a bit of hard watch. My nerves were like banjo wires after it. I think that the main thing was the
difficult
result
for herself. The main thing is that
absolutely. But I mean I was watching it and I'm thinking I'm watching that Kyogo ghost hat trick, and the Engels missed penalty. And when I seen when I seen Kyogo's missed hat-trick, I thought, the last time I seen anything as daft as this was when was the night we played Partizan Belgrade and Jakanowski scored 4 times and we got beat. I can see that wee boy with the tights running about. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to see something equally as daft here tonight. I just couldn't. We didn't look like scoring, and then the enigma that is Rio Hatate plays a ball that possibly one of the best passes all season and plays in big Ida that somehow manages off the defender own goal to get the ball into the. I've seen that he holds off the defender well, so it's at the end of the day he's on the part there and he does his bit. Happy days. The main thing was
as John, we get through with the skinny with teeth kind of thing because of the OG, but overall, John, I didn't think we played that bad. With the ball in the net 3 times, it was right, fair dues, it was offsides, right? But that, for me, that's fine margins.
I mean, the first half Celtic.
The penalty miss, that was a bit of a blow right enough. You're not expecting it. Do you know what I mean? Especially Engels has been right on the penalties.
First half, I thought Celtic were excellent, and Kyogo, he's offside twice, but he's unlucky with the one where McGregor commits a foul. Kyogo does nothing wrong there, and then he 3 excellent finishes, albeit 2 of them are offside. Then he gets you get the Engels poor penalty for Engels, but you had everything in that game, OG, and then you get Maida madness at the end.
I know that was just silly again, John. That was just so stupid.
Amani his experience should be. It was just petulant, just that wee kick out. He'd been kicked up and down the park all day. The rough treatment he'd had to. But you're expecting better. He's obviously he's I take it he's suspended for tomorrow night. Then is he?
Aye.
Is it just a 1 game? It's just a 1 game.
Aye.
Because there was talk if it was violent conduct, it would be 3. Although everybody thought it would just be. It would potentially more likely just to be 1 game, eh?
1 as far as I know, anyway, John. I've not seen anybody saying it's been put up or
Great result, absolutely great result. You qualify. I think the game itself was it worth about 6 million to you. That game in itself to qualify to go through. So everybody's talking about Big Ida. Maybe Kyogo leaving and Big Ida gets a run of games. I think one of the boy, that used the Irish boy. He commented the other night. They're like, Ida cost us 6. Did we peel over the odds? Possibly, but I'll tell you something. I said this before. He arguably wouldn't have won the league and qualified for the Champions League if Ida was here last year or won the cup. Park that and just take this year. He won you 6 last week, so he cost you 9. Let's call it 3 and move on.
See the thing about it, John, as well. See all that stuff with transfers and all that. See the transfer fees. I mean, we're sitting there. Celtic's the money we've got, and even the money we've got in the bank, the new plus the money we're going to make this season and that, John. I'm actually at the point. I'm not really giving a stuff what Celtic pay for a player.
Yeah.
See if that's the player Celtic want. See whether I've got my opinion. Did you overpay for Ida? In my opinion, it's like the Danish boy that is it Garden you pronounce it whatever. Last season when they were talking about it, the price for the guy isn't. I mean, the way people are talking, they seem to think the price has been up. But I don't think the price has been up for last season when we were linked to him or the season before that when we were linked to him kind of thing. It was always going to take a kind of record fee to get the guy. And see if that's what it takes and that's who Rodgers wants. I mean, really, should something we should be getting that caught up on now?
I'm maybe a wee bit more concerned with the money that was the money that's been spent in centre halves, and yet
aye. Because I don't think
they hurt me. Big skills has been excellent. The guy gives you everything he's got, but at the end of the day, the fact that you're reverting back to skills again after. I mean, what did you spend? You spent between Narovsky, Lagerbielke and the donkey that came for Liverpool as well. He was about $1.5 million in him between the fee. So there was an excess of 10 million quid there, and you couldn't knit a centre half out of him.
Big Trusty's no kind of covered himself much in glory, I know, and he's been a bit.
Well, I think we all saw Rodgers' lip reading comment. I was actually trying to think. I'm trying to think back at night because you'd say to us to come on. I was thinking it's actually been a wee bit nuts all year for the. Because I was thinking, like, what's the kind of main events that was in my head? Was that we had we obviously had the madness. It was the gubbin we got in the Glasgow Derby, and then we had the Rodgers. With the Rodgers pantomime after that as well, didn't we? Where he had the wee dig for don't grow and clap for a pass back. Disrespectful to Taylor. As much as I think singing for KT was an absolute cringe. For a man that came back a bit sheepish, my gut feeling is that a lot of it was down to the criticism we took after the absolute gubbin we got at Ibrox.
Oh, I think a hell of a lot of it was a fallout for that.
Absolutely. Man obviously doesn't. Oh, well, you know, I mean, that comes with the territories. You can't have it both ways. He's got an eagle like the Clyde, but he's got balls like a rhino as well.
Aye.
And that was evidence last year when he said we'll write a rain end, and this is paradise for us. Let's make it hell for everybody else. He turned the whole narrative that way up at the Hearts game. You know, calls your man out, your referee out for being incompetent. The one word we can't use. Rodgers doesn't say, he doesn't use words. He doesn't accidentally. So
you can see his mind's got. See when he has even doing interviews like live, you can see that his mind is going constantly to get his point across. But as you say, he knows exactly the words that he's using. He knows what message he's trying to get across. Every word he says is forensically dissected with Celtic fans and with the press and everything.
And he keeps
even Kieran, nice to see you, Kieran. Thanks for coming in, mate.
He obviously keeps receipts as well. He forgets nothing.
Aye.
You know, any digs that the mainstream media have at him about slow football, he digs them back out again a year down the line. But he obviously took it bad, the criticism, and he deserved every bit of the criticism that he got after the Ibrox debacle. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I tell you, just. It's going now. I mean, I probably think the games we played after that. The big game. All eyes were on the young Billy Boys of Bigton game, wasn't it? And you know, job done. 3 points. We go down to see Prince William's team tomorrow night. What could possibly go wrong?
I know.
But bonkers, everything since that game as well. I mean, right after it again, you've got the Kyogo goes hat trick, Bengals miss penalty, the own goal, Hattati sent off. What a ball for Hattati that was right now. But right on the back of that, you get the bombshell that I think you and I are. I mean, you've been harder on him than I've been over the years, but I think you get the bombshell that goes away. There's absolutely no doubt the wee man's he wasn't playing with the same smile as for a long time there. He hadn't been playing with the same. He did say I was at that corner. I'm right next to the Green Brigade there, and he did come up and celebrate. But he's just not had the wee. He's not had the wee swagger, and he's not had the wee smile. He's had whether is that down to the system he's been forced to play. It's hard to believe that he's going to Rennes is improving his chances of playing for the Japanese national team. I mean, he's away a team that's got no chance of winning the league. 14th out of 18th, facing relegation. He's the truth, and the other bit I don't get is the Japanese manager has played Hattati, and the Japanese manager has played Maida. So I reckon the Jap manager just doesn't fancy Kyogo. So I'm not sure. It seems a daft. I'm sad to see him going. I mean, I know you're always on the case of best since last, but refuting that. There's no doubt about it. Forget he's been an iconic wee striker that gave us a lot of feel good factors when when Angie came. And for a young generation, he has been an iconic striker. He scored some fantastic goals, memorable goals, eh? Particularly against them too, like, eh? But I mean, is Rogers the reason that the wee man's not happy? Because we all know that, don't he? The system. For me, the system didn't suit him. I remember thinking this when Angie was there, and this was before there was any word I'm leaving. I remember just sitting, watching us one time, and I'm thinking, I remember saying to my laddie, see if this manager goes here, or when he goes, because it's always a when, it's not an if.
Aye.
When this manager goes, we could be bothered trying to transition into another manager's style here, because all the players were bought to play Angie's system, and probably nobody more than Kyogo and Greg Taylor suffer more playing Rodgers' system. Eh?
But John, let's not beat about the bush here. There's nothing to do with Brendan Rodgers' system when he was missing open goals for 2 and 3 years out.
He's certainly, no doubt about it. He needs, he does need half a chance.
So basically, then, what Kyogo can only play in a system that is like a replica of what Ange done with him. Should a decent player not be able to apply themselves to different systems?
But his strength, he's one of the best I've seen playing off the shoulder in the last. Different players have got different strength. You saw Big Ida that scores obviously the own goal, but he's got the strength to hold the ball up and hold the defender up. If Kyogo's playing up front for that, Kyogo doesn't win the ball. But Kyogo playing off he was just a master of that, being offside, coming back onside, and playing off the shoulder of the last defender. For me, I don't think you can question the wee man's movement, but he's no played with that same smile for a while, eh?
Aye, well, but John, it's obvious. Even as Rodgers has said, he killed him months ago. It's probably, as I've said, the change in agent was a red flag for me right away.
Absolutely.
And especially so late in the window in August. He's told Celtic, and I said at the time that he would leave in like the summer coming. I didn't think he would leave in January. And reading between the lines what Rodgers said, I don't think Celtic did either. And again, it's Kyogo that's wanted this move.
How did a happy wee man become an unhappy wee man?
Well, maybe because he didn't get a move in August.
I agree. Devil's advocate, it's hard to know. We're just guessing.
Aye.
Rodgers, a lot to be said for what Rodgers said was that if somebody doesn't want to be there, I agree with him 100%. You don't want to be there, shut the door on the way out. You've learned the hard way in the season behind closed doors. What happens to you when you keep players that don't want to be there? I don't want to go and watch players that don't want to be there. But I think the question that and I'm putting it back out there with the system, although maybe you're not agreeing with me, is that Rodgers needs to ask himself why did Kyogo's goal tally half coming for Angie to him? Now you can go another. It depends who you look at as well. And Rodgers is no brought in to play Angie's system. Rodgers is brought in to play Rodgers' system.
And I don't think. Even when Rodgers came back, I think Oyes kind of agreed that. Well, we even questioned was Kyogo a Rodgers type of striker.
No, I think he's
because
just.
We know that Rodgers likes guys like Dembele, big powerful old-fashioned centre forward types of players. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's just maybe, but what you're saying about the system didn't suit as much, John. But I don't know. It's just I still think a decent player should be able to adapt to stuff like that. It's not as if they've asked him to go and play centre half or left back. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Hold on now, John. A couple of wee shout-outs. Even DJ Alba, nice to see you again, mate. I've been a while, bud. So a couple of other names popped up here as well. Shell 67, nice to see you. G-Doc, thanks very much for coming in again, mate. I think that's everybody.
At the end of the day, maybe Kyogo's just he's just collateral damage and the change of that. Being brought in to play Angie's style, a change of style, maybe never quite hit it off under. And it didn't work for him under Rodgers. As I say, I would defend Rodgers. They say, you get brought in to manage something, you get brought in to manage it your way, no Angie's way. So maybe Kyogo's just collateral damage and that, unfortunately. But he certainly left his way. There's a recency bias, eh? There's obviously a recency bias.
Aye. But you're talking about how Kyogo didn't suit maybe Rodgers' system. Look at the difference in Maeda under Ange.
Aye.
Aye, definitely. Even in Frank, nice to see you, bud.
Even the way you remember the celebrations when Maeda's up on the barrier at our end behind the goals, he developed a personality like just to express himself. Taylor was out of sorts for a wee while because he wasn't inverting, and then Rodgers seemed to let him invert a wee bit, and I think we all agree. Taylor's a better midfielder than he is a left back. At times he's a smashing passer of the ball. Anyway, partly the Kyogo, but he's away. He's left me with nothing. But whether he argue all day was he the best since last, and I could hear the arguments saying aye, arguments saying no. Not really thought about much myself, but he was certainly aye. He was an iconic striker for the younger generation. He was a big part of the reason for the success we had under Angie playing that system, and he left us with fantastic memories. What was it? He scored 9 goals against the Huns in one calendar year. Eh? That's not something. That's not something to be sniffed at. Eh?
But see, we move on.
Absolutely.
Let's just fingers crossed that whoever we do bring in is an upgrade on Kyogo. That's always got to be the aim, it's always got to be the aim. Maybe not an upgrade as in like the here and now an upgrade, but give him a bit of time to settle. Do you know what I mean? Some of the names people are going about getting these players in and loan and all that. I'm not wanting a loan striker in for the next 4 months of the season unless there's an option to buy. Or it's just pointless. And it's good back again, John, and I know this is one of your kind of fortes, we'll bring it up. It's like the board again, but the planning and stuff. I've had some rants over the last couple of weeks or stuff like the KT deal, everything, even the way that Bali's getting treated between us and Barcelona as if he's just a piece of meat. That Celtic are new, it's up to whether Arsenal are letting KT go, whether we let Bali go. What kind of way is that to treat a young player?
I just think it's a bit bizarre that whether or not Celtic's been caught cold, who knows? But have qualified in Europe to be playing Aston Villa, right? It's I think it's more of a dead rubber for us than it is for them. I would have thought maybe.
They're rank rotten. They're fans on their forum and that.
To leave yourself that you're going down here and you're going to play your next game in Europe, we effectively having lost your best striker, having a striker that's not exactly hit his form this season, just seems a bit. It smelled a wee bit to me as if Celtic thought. You don't know. As if Celtic does it.
No, this is down to Kyogo. This is down to Kyogo. Celtic didn't want to lose Kyogo during this window. I don't care. Kyogo's forced his way at the club.
Why not tell him, well, you're under contract, you're not going to summer? Or was he ready?
But there's people, Paul, I was ready to call you, John. It's actually used as an example the other day. I think it was maybe on the forum, I don't know where it was. We done it with Matt O'Reilly. Matt O'Reilly did a deal that agreed with Atalanta. In Italy last January, his contract was already in place and Celtic wouldn't sell him. So then again, does it mean that Kyogo basically, did he put in a transfer request? Did he just tell them, look, I want out the new, I want this move? Because we know, agents do, do you know what I mean? Agents have, Kyogo's contract with Rennes was already in place probably before even the young boys game was finished. You get what I mean? Even start it, the actual wages and contract and all this kind of pattern and stuff. So it just makes you wonder if we can if we can turn down that Atlanta's money for Matt O'Reilly last January, why could we not do it for Kyogo? That's
my bet. Unless he was just adamant that he was. You're reading between the lines, but
that's what the way Brendan Rodgers said it, wasn't it? He says he told months ago that he wanted it, and it's built up and built up. And he's came to us
if
and
you
said
go with,
this is.
If you were taking, if you were going with kind of Rodgers' take on it, it certainly looked as if Kyogo's turned up for the heat for the move that Rodgers. He thought, it doesn't matter where it suits us, you're as well away now, eh?
Aye.
Rodgers actually saying there that he's hoping that Tierney would happen now, but he's still an Arsenal player, eh? I think everyone's agreed that it will definitely take place this summer.
It's meant to. Mikey put in the chat that the pre-contract and that's already kind of a confirmed stuff, but
I mean that's disappointing as well when you're thinking. I mean, I'm not a big return a KT fan. My thoughts on that, but the fact that there's nothing been resolved with the Greg Taylor bit, which is a mystery. I don't know what is the story with Valley. Is he back? So where does?
That's what I'm saying, John. That's what I'm saying. Right? Imagine this was your laddie, John, by you, right? And he's even John looking for a business. I mean, the agent, I'd be raging with my agent if this was a setup as well, right? So Barcelona, but they took him back for a loan, got me to sign a contract extension, put him out to Celtic on loan. He's agreed a loan with Celtic for a season, said he's no interested in an option to buy, so we didn't have one, right? So 4 or 5 months later, right, Taylor's leaving. Celtic have got KT lined up on a pre-contract, or quote unquote, hopefully he'll be brought in during this window if Arsenal let him go. But Barcelona don't have a recall option on Valley, so Celtic need to sanction his release to go back to Barcelona to go to this Como or Italy. But what kind of way is that to treat a young football player, John?
Yep.
So, I mean, this young boy that we've Rodgers spoke to, brought him out here for a season's loan. And now all of a sudden, he's sitting there the night and he's like watching Teletext, Sky Sports News, waiting to see if KT's coming back to Celtic to know if he's going to be at Celtic or Italy in a couple of days' time. A lot of nonsense, and it's shocking for teams with the standards and reputations of like Celtic and Barcelona to treat any young player like that. John, you said you spoke about it, John. Big Jerry and that said it as well. How hard Greg Taylor going to be? Do you know what I mean? If he's away in the summer, is he getting in for a leg breaking type challenge to save us?
I've been a massive supporter of Greg Taylor, but he's been honking this season. But
but if players on their way out the door, John, I mean, it's supposing the KT thing doesn't happen this month. We're sitting there with Greg Taylor in the last few months of his contract, and a young boy on loan for Barcelona that knows that we didn't really want him because if KT came back this month, he'd have been away to Italy.
Yep.
What kind of way is that to get into trying to win leagues, trying to win Champions League games, trying to win cups?
Loyalty's a two-way street, eh? Loyalty's a two-way street. I don't know. You can imagine how Valley's feel like. I remember any time I was ever sat in a position, I've said to you before personally, one of the best bits of advice I ever got in my life from my man, and he gave me loads of good bits, was trust a man by how he treats somebody that's no longer of any use to him, eh?
Aye.
And
it's as if something just sticks. It's not a day my thoughts of KT coming back. It's not a day with that. I mean, see if that was a Celtic youth player getting treated like that, we'd all be up my arms about it.
I'm not saying the two players don't improve as KT. I'm disappointed that Taylor. I don't see how Taylor couldn't have been a KT what Ralston is to Johnson. Whether or not Taylor just wants to play first team football, I don't know. But the one thing you'll never say, Taylor's been fantastic for Celtic since he came.
For what, 2.75, £3 million?
Absolutely.
Even if he walks away in the summer for nothing, you wouldn't grudge him getting a wee
No, you wouldn't
hefty
grudge him.
Bosman pay off. Do you know what I
No.
mean?
Absolutely. But you're looking at that takes you onto the. Well, you'll get you stick with the striker, but then you've got Kyogo away. Well, apparently, we're looking at this Evan Fergus. I don't know much about him, but that's a loan for Brighton. But is there an option? I'm with you right now.
There'll no be an option to buy you on him, John.
There's no option to buy.
No, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy money, John.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably talking. I mean,
30 million or something.
Well, at least 20 odd million. I think Brighton would want for that Ferguson. The guys in the chat would probably know better about it than me, but just some of the prices I've seen quoted for him. But he's always been a kind of labelled like a wonder kid, and he's one of the ones I've always went back to talking on the podcast about why Celtic no digging these wonder kids up in Ireland. Why are we no scouting these? Because our Ireland is producing some top players, do you know what I mean? And Celtic should be all over that.
The Matthias Kiss Garden as well. That doesn't look as if it's happening either. People on about 13.5 million. I think I saw the other day that he'd potentially signed or committed to being there for the rest of the season. So I don't think that's happening either. I could see the Ferguson loan one. The one I hope doesn't happen. It's not even a rumour right enough. It's just.
That's Evan Ferguson's injured. He's been out for. Is he not still injured? I know.
You just pray there's no truth in the Jamie Vardy one, eh?
No, I can't see that.
Can't see that either. But right, what about the other one then? What about the? As I said, I'd be massively disappointed to see the day that Greg Taylor's not at the club, and I'm not really sure why if that does materialise or that's what transpires. I'm not actually sure why we got to there. But that takes you back to the Jota back in one. What's your thoughts on the Jota?
I wouldn't say I'm happy. Do you know what I mean? I'd say I'm content with it. I start again, John. It's a bit like KT. There's a lot of question marks over it.
Absolutely.
He's hardly kicked a ball for 18 months. Did you see the pictures of him yesterday?
Aye. You said they went for some. They've played even less games in KT in the last 18 months.
We've managed to sign a player that's actually played less games in KT in the last 18 months. See that picture, John? I thought that was a wee kid with a cardboard cutout. I honestly believed that picture I put on the chat. That's what I thought. And then Big Campsey said it was a real picture. He gets out in that pitch and that's in the SPFL. Jota, the way he's looking now, he's getting kicked up and down the place.
Aye, he was. I seen me meeting a butcher's pencil compared to how he looked. You'd expect him maybe the other way, would you know?
Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? I was expecting him to roll out the door like Morelos. You know,
absolutely.
I mean, maybe he's been training like a beast, John. We don't know. Do you know what I mean? Maybe
there's no doubt about it. Like the question you've got to ask is, what is it we've bought? Have we bought the KT of old? If we bring him back, have you bought the Jota that we had there? Because there's no doubt about it. If you have Jota in one wing and you had Kun on the other wing, maybe I'm subject to recency bias again, but I think Kun's potentially better. Albeit that Jota was fantastic for us, but if you get one of them in each wing,
that's the thing. Think back to watching Jota. How many times did he frustrate you with taking a one touch too many?
Yep.
Back and trying to beat a man. Do you know what I mean? It just says it's a bit of recency bias, is it? You call it. People forget that. We spoke about his kind of. I mean, people going as if Jota was like a reincarnation of Pelé the way when he left Celtic. He was a good player, but he was never near the finished article. And there's nothing that he's done for left Celtic that's made him any better. Do you know what I mean? He's hardly played many games. Blah blah blah. So you're talking about KT. We're not getting the KT that we let go. Well, we are kind of, because he was injured when we sold him as well. Do you know, he was talking about retiring that year as well. Do you mind? So as it's the both of them, there's question marks over them. And one of the biggest question marks to me is, how the hell is this the only two players that we've come up with to sign?
Well, you beat me to it. I'm thinking we've employed the the so-called good football doctor, eh?
Oh,
Way back,
data-driven, we're data-driven scouting, and we're rebranding, we're rejigging the football department and stuff like that.
Were we revisiting our yesteryears with KT and Jota, eh?
And
It just isn't,
Varden, it was a Mark Lowell target.
That's right. He's been in the, and I mean, I know so his kind of numbers don't really. And I don't know much about the guy. In fact,
He's came on leaps and bounds this season, John. To be fair,
what type of striker is he? What is he? Give me a comparison.
Well, I don't know. Maybe chat laugh at this. You know, I talk shit a lot of the time, but maybe I'd maybe put him like in the kind of Lee Griffiths type of mould, John.
Right.
He seems to be able to score goals for anywhere about the box.
I tell you, I don't know where I saw it the other day. Who sent me that?
Me, I put that video up.
See somebody.
Aye.
His goals. You forget how. Now there's a man who's if all that went wrong hadn't happened, he was the man. He was the man that was on target to catch Larsson's record.
Aye.
And you saw that video. Some of the goals that Griffiths scores were absolutely sensational.
I mean,
he was
I was quite open about it when we signed him. I didn't like Lee Griffiths as a man. Do you know what I mean?
But I mean that's
no.
Why.
I still don't like him for that kind of way, but you cannot fault the goals he scored for
absolutely.
Celtic. Aye,
absolutely, and I think he was the one man that he was on track at one point.
So that's always the mixture when people say, "Oh, Kyogo is the best for Larsson." Look at Lee Griffiths.
I mean, I can't think he ended that I've seen since Larsson left. It was more prolific. Hartson was there for 2 years after Larsson left.
I mean, Griffiths scored anywhere about the box, outside the box. He had free kicks. He scored free kicks, headers, both feet. Do you know? Aye.
Dead balls. There's absolutely no doubt. I mean, as I said, he was the man. He was the one man that was on track to catch Larsson's numbers. A couple of maybe 18 months, couple of seasons before it all went wrong. And
Patrick Hooper as well. Hooper for me was a better kind of poacher, out and out striker than your kind of even like your Kyogos. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, decent player. Wasn't he here long?
Do you know what I mean? That kind of what I always said about Kyogo, he didn't seem to have that kind of poacher's instinct, John. That kind of way he's sniffing out. I've always said that about him. He was never an out striker for me because of that.
Kyogo.
Aye.
As I say, we'll put that term back out there again. Recency bias as well, but I certainly, I'm sad to see the wee man going, and I've got some fantastic. I mean, some of the goals he scored against them were just the one he scored at the one he scores at Ibrox for the Matt O'Reilly header. Remember that?
Aye.
The one that McGregor plays, the Belgian Beale lets him play with the. McGregor played with slippers on in the Ibrox, and that header for O'Reilly, and that finish for Kyogo is, you know, the one just he's on the stretch with it, and then I can't remember was it the game before that or the Rangers game before that or the one after it, the one where he at Celtic Park where he just makes space for himself with a wee kind of Paul McStay's step to the left and then buries it for about 30 yards. Some of the goals he scored were just absolutely fucking sensational. I mean, if I'd have scored the goals like that against the Huns, I'd just have walked off. You know, that one when we went with a depleted squad and he scores that way. We were going to Ibrox for a pump apparently that day.
I know.
It's that was the day Big Scales played a blinder in that too, man.
Aye, that was when Skills became a Celtic player, wasn't it?
That's probably right. That's probably the game that kind of redefined him again, wasn't it? I saw you saying the day there against CCV injured. What was that? What was that about?
Aye, he's out for the more night, John.
He's out again.
Aye.
What's the crack with that?
I don't actually know what's been said because we were doing the podcast when it's all been said. But I know he didn't train the day, so it kind of looked like it, but...
He didn't pick up an injury against the young Billy Boys of Brigton, did he? Not played since. There's not been a game since.
Not that I can think of.
No.
Somebody in the chat will know what's been said. But I mean, there again, I mean, there.
See, you're talking about the bit.
How can we, right, but they're Carter Vickers again, that's only, I mean, if we're talking about our top players here, John, that's only for, we're going to have played 8 Champions League games and he's only been fit for 5 of them.
I'll throw one out then. You're talking about as Kyogo, was Kyogo no the best since Larson?
She's all right for Sunday, they're saying there, Bobby. John,
Bobby's
put up.
Schmeichel, the best since Boric.
I see, that's a bit of a toughie in that, is it no?
You reckon? Who was,
well, you could turn in and say then, well, Joe Hart was the best for Boric.
I love Joe Hart.
Aye, but then now you say,
Schmeichel's
Schmeichel's the best for Hart then, is it no?
See when he, well, Boric is the best goalkeeper I've seen since the park. And Schmeichel, what I've seen is Schmeichel's a fantastic hero. When I made this saying to my lad, even when he signed, everybody's saying 38. I'm thinking, you know what? See when your back's against the wall on a Champions League night and a cold Wednesday night in Glasgow, and Kasper Schmeichel might just be the difference for going through and no going through, and that's what exactly happened last Wednesday night.
Aye.
He just dug out all that experience and he takes a big part of the kudos in terms of why you managed to go through. And the same as Joe Hart seems to have bought into it and bought into the whole kind of Celtic bit and that.
Oh, that's his thing. Well, that's him. He said he's staying here for next year now, isn't he?
Aye, I think he's and why not? Obviously,
even his dad, I think his dad will be learning the rebs. I know anytime you see him on the telly, isn't it? Peter seems to be kind of.
I mean, there's definitely something.
Probably loving the position his lad is in at that age, John. Do you know
absolutely.
What I mean? 38-year-old and.
Absolutely, it's there's definitely got to be. Obviously, we're all biased, but you need to ask yourself the question.
I mean, I know he was at Man City and stuff like that, but that was for Man City weren't really winning much at the time, were they, when Kasper was here? Do you think maybe like his dad's like looking at it as if, although his boys, right, that's him, he's got to 37, 38, this is his boy, he reached a kind of club at the level that he was just at Man United.
I don't know.
A real proper, do you get what I mean? A real proper football club, John, with good history, winning trophies, a bit of, do you know what I mean? That kind of mystery about them, the way all these the big teams have, like us in Man United and Real Madrid and stuff like that. The big super clubs.
Look at the clubs that Joe Hart played with as well, and I think Joe Hart and Kasper Schmeichel, I don't think these guys really know. I mean, I don't think they really know how big a club is. Even. I mean, I'm biased. It's hard to gauge. Does other clubs have the passion that you have for your club? I don't know. I can watch the best. I can watch Real Madrid and Barcelona more and not get off the chair, And yet I've watched some shite at Celtic Park and they've had me hanging off the edge of my seat, screaming and shouting like a lunatic, So
against Stirling Albion in the League Cup.
Absolutely, it's just your team. So my opinion probably doesn't really matter in that respect. But when you see Joe Hart, I'll never forget that the day with Joe Hart, when Joe Hart turns into that typho with the Green Brigade, where they've got the typho and with his right hand, with his right hand up. With the finger pointing, you could see Joe Hart. I don't know if you remember this. He hits himself in the forehead a couple of times, to get his concentration.
Aye.
Joe Hart's genuinely touched by that, and I'm right there. I'm right behind the goals. I can see Joe Hart. There wasn't a minute that Joe Hart played with Celtic that was lost on Joe Hart. Joe Hart appreciated every minute he was at Celtic, and Kasper Schmeichel just looks as if for whatever reason he's he's followed in that in Joe Hart's footsteps in that respect, eh?
I heard Bobby saying it. He was about to have a wee greet that day. I think that's how he was
Aye.
kind of hitting himself in the heat. He was taking, I need to pull myself together here instead of
That's
going
right.
to be blubbering here like a big daft boy.
That's right, aye. I mean, I think
Evening Plunge, nice to see you again, buddy. Thanks for coming in, mate.
I'll tell you, see there, P. McLaughlin saying there about the power of our support. I thought the support against young Billy Boys for Brigton last Wednesday was see the last 10 minutes, and I don't think it was buying into Rodgers' crap about clap my pass back. But the Celtic support stayed extremely positive even with 10 minutes to go, and I wasn't feeling very positive, eh? But they stayed, you know.
I mean, I seen the thing.
And to me, it played a big. It actually did play a big part at just getting you over the line. There's no doubt about it. You could be the 12th man on a night like that, eh?
I mean, I seen the
thing.
I seen the thing of Green Brigade put out, right? And I mean, I back the Green Brigade 99.9% of the times with stuff, right? But the thing about it, I mean, there was things that I agree with on it, right? But again, you shouldn't need to tell Celtic fans how to support the team and stuff like that. But what they were saying was, get up and get singing and get your fucking phones away. Stop taking pictures and taking videos. Watch the game and support the team. That 100% agree with. And I think what you're saying there, John, I think that's what they've done. I mean, I'm only going with what was on the telly, but that for me, John, that young boys game, it was one of the best atmospheres at Celtic Park in a long while. And it was the most kind of consistent. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't just like spells during the game that all you can hear is just the Green Brigade doing their stuff.
I mean, the person I felt the most annoyed at me telling you how to support the team was Rodgers, when he's telling me, don't groan at a pass back. We need to recycle the ball. He's like, listen, we're not fucking daft. We know you need to recycle the ball. We're talking about the times you pass the ball back when it doesn't need to go backwards. And when it goes side to side with bore the arse off you. You know, it's I mean, I don't like Rodgers. I just don't like Rodgers as a person. I wouldn't want to go for a pint for him. Many times you heard me saying that. Am I glad he's there? Absolutely. Did I want him back? No. Was I wrong? Yes, I was wrong. He's the man. He was the man for the job. But I tell you something. He's the last couple of times he's been up against the Belgian Bill. He's been on the wrong side of the tactics. He's the next time we play them, when we play them at Celtic Park, it's fucking over to Rodgers to show. To show that the Belgian Bill's no get his number. I'm not saying the Belgian Bill has get his number, but it's up to Rodgers. It's time for him to show that that's not the case, eh?
I see that boy that owns Ren, David Kyogo's away, he owns Gucci.
Is that right? Well, Rodgers...
do you think Rodgers has got a free wardrobe at this deal?
Aye, Gucci belt.
The Gucci.
So when he's telling you don't grow and clap a pass back, disrespectful. To me, that we said at the beginning that to me was all the fallout for the criticism we took for the gubbin that we took at Ibrox. Eh? He obviously doesn't cope well with criticism.
But as I say, John, right, it was as if he was kind of talking down his nose to the Celtic support, right? And granted, there's a lot of head case in the Celtic support that probably they don't kind of study football and under. Do you know what I mean? They're there to enjoy the team and cheer goals and stuff like that. But it's not the point about we need to make pass backs to open up other angles and stuff like that. The point was, do we need like Casper to throw the ball to Carter Vickers? He passes it 4 yards to Scales or Trusty, and then 2 yards away is Callum McGregor. You get to Callum McGregor. Callum McGregor gets the ball and gives it back to Carter Vickers.
The biggest criticism was on the 3rd of January when he's they've got you sussed out the high press, closing down your two centre. They're standing back saying, "Well, we'll give the Celtic two centre halves as much of the ball as they want because they can't do nothing with it." But there was one point Scales ran out the park with it, and he tries nothing. He doesn't try to. He doesn't try to play a ball over the top to play. And your biggest asset is the speed you've got up front and Kuhn and Mida, and you couldn't exploit it. And he done nothing either by way of substitution or in terms of changing the system.
Again, let's not forget, John, this was against a makeshift Hun defence.
Absolutely.
A second-choice goalkeeper.
A rookie goalkeeper as well. I mean, that was fucking abysmal on the 3rd of January. Abysmal.
I still, John, every time I think about that, I still can't believe, not even as much the result, the performance. Because, I mean, what have they done since? Did they not lose the next game? Or draw it anyway?
Oh, they had a...
They're terrible. And yet they ripped us to shreds that day. They ripped us to shreds that day. It was an embarrassment.
Absolutely. And you're right.
And again, people, right, we're just talking about Rodgers has got to take some of the responsibility in that. But John, so do the players out there. Where's that fight and dig? Where's that pride, man? There was just nothing in that team that day. There was no bollocks in that team.
Absolutely. I tell you something else. There's no doubt about it. And I'm even including you're talking about the atmosphere there last week. Ibrox is a more intimidating stadium than Celtic Park is. There's a
100%. I've said that for a long time. It's a better. I'm not want to say better. It's more intimidating.
Aye.
It verges on the point. Well, it goes above and beyond the point of being with the songs and that they sing. But if you can discount what the actual words and what they're singing, but the actual atmosphere and the way that they're getting top of other teams, that's what pushes them on in these European games, John. It's got to be. There's no other reason that the results they've had in Europe over the last few seasons.
You look at the amount of teams that's came to Ibrox and their asses collapsed, including Spurs recently.
Which again, Big Ange should have. I mean, he should have. He should have these players up and fighting, knowing what they were expecting for that.
I mean, there's a. Last Wednesday night was a fantastic atmosphere, no doubt about it, but it's not intimidating the way. Man, I remember sitting at Ibrox in the Brimley Road stand, and you see when you're looking out there and you see three sides of your stadium, and you don't see any of your own fans sitting beside you. All you're hearing is this fucking anti-Catholic bile. It's just one intimidating place. Now, did Celtic's arse collapse? Did Rodgers get it wrong? Did the players bottle it? All of the above? All of the above?
Aye, probably. I'd say all of the above, John.
But I tell you one thing, you suck it up, but see when they come back to Parkhead, it's over to Brendan. It's over to Brendan this time. Because that's a few times, the last 2 or 3 times we played them, they've had the better of the game.
Oh, aye.
It's over to with inferior players in every position. How many other players would you take? I said to you before that game. I said the one player they need to watch is they need to take the nonsense out of that wee Kearney's name. Is it Kearney? No, Kearney. What's the wee boy? The wee boy.
Kearney. Aye.
He needs a mouthful of red ash, and 2 fingers up his nose in the first 10 minutes. He's worth a booking, And he walked over a tappy,
But we just looked soft again, John, over the park. And that's the thing. See all the times over the last few seasons, even going back to when Gerrard was here, it was the same thing. They bullied us in midfield.
But you get bullied against the young boys here as well. You've got nobody. You've got nobody. See when Mader's getting targeted at. You've not got a Scott Brown. You've not got a Peter Grant. You've not got somebody you can say, you know what, you're going to get scudded here, and then we're going to pass you. Then we're going to pass you around with other players,
that Raskin's fucking. He's
absolutely
a dirty player. That Diamondi, I mean, even that the other. Did you see that sending off for him, John?
The slap.
Aye.
You left your hands off, don't you?
Aye, it's like the Maeda man against young boys.
You kicked somebody off.
Aye, just absolute stupidness. And all this part of there was no contact. There was no, so if somebody tries to stab you, that's all right. They didn't actually stab you. They just tried to.
Yep, it's intent, wasn't it?
Do you know what I mean? So again, and all this talk of common sense, but is that not why VAR was brought in to do away with relying on a referee's opinion or common sense when the rules are there?
I heard Nick Walsh getting the chance of "We know who you are."
Aye. And then you see pictures of him with the Rangers training gear and that on.
Aye,
do you know what I mean? Just absolute nonsense, whatever suits that their stories that day.
So what's the thinking if I go down to play Prince William's Select tomorrow night then?
I'm going for a draw.
Is Willie going? We don't know if Willie's going or then that day, no.
I don't know, it depends. You'll need to ask his mum if he's allowed it.
You'll not be asking her.
No, I'm going, John, honestly, I'm going for a draw. They're not playing well at all now. Their defence is a bit of shambles.
I don't know anything about them. I mean, I don't
I'm going, John, just with like him being looking after their forum and what their actual fans are saying about them and that. Do you know what I mean? They started the season really, really well, but they just seem to have fell away the last few months. And that's kind of just giving me a wee bit of...
see, back to this, Angie said as well, when we talked about a place to score around, Angie said, type of football I want to play, we don't need that type of player. Rodgers is just about almost kind of alluded to the same thing. Where's the player that you know tomorrow night can just get down there and get fucking right in about them? Are you looking to McGregor for that? But I mean, it's not his game really either. I think he's a fantastic captain, but just that's something different. Just somebody that can go and just leave their foot in the first 5 minutes. Just somebody that can let them know, you know what?
If you look back in chocolate, man, fling him in. It's an old-fashioned British game. Fling in an old-fashioned. We look McKibben.
Yep,
it's an old-fashioned Scotland v England British game. So fling in a wee hardman Scottish player.
Right,
do you know what I mean? A wee nippy sweetie to them.
Absolutely. Something just in the first 5 minutes, you know what? Glasgow's came to Birmingham. What are you going to do about it? Just that type of... To put that kind of tone on the game in the first... I've seen how many times have I said you very, very seldom get a yellow for the first foul. It's
you usually just even a wee warning.
It's usually retaliation you get it for. And Celtic's usually the one to take the first book for retaliation, eh? So you fancy a draw? Oh, what's happening?
Hold on 2 seconds, John.
Bobby said, I hope it's not going to be a draw like we said against Dortmund. Don't say that, Bobby, man.
Sorry, John, that was my sister on the phone there. Bobby saying what?
Bobby was saying, hope it's not going for a draw like we said against Dortmund. There's Shell saying as well, Shell Tech, Quinn will have a go. I think that's it. The good thing that you know tomorrow night is you're not going to be playing against a low block. You're going to be playing something that comes out, and that should create the space for you. It's just disappointing that
he does it.
Absolutely, that's the game. That's the type of games when you really get the best out of me. When you're not playing against a low block and you've got grass to cover, and you can exploit Kuhn and Maida's pace. But unfortunately, you're not going to get the benefit. I just hope we don't get pumped. I hope we don't get in there and get pumped anyway.
No, I can't see he's getting pumped. Honestly, can he, John?
I don't know anything about them, Mark. I just, you know, that world ends at Carlisle. I don't watch the pub league at all. In fact, I watch the lower division Scottish stuff on a Friday night. I'd go and see Albion Rovers before I watched them down there. Aye.
As I say, I'm not going to be watching any of them of that. I mean, they were top of that Champions League for the first 4 or 5 rounds yet, but they know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But they've just gone with what their fans are saying. They're moaning and they need to get these players in. The defence is a bit of shambles and stuff like that. So that's why I'm quite confident that we've got a good chance of getting a draw down there.
I don't know how all the places go yet. I don't know. There seems to be a bit of mystery about when the next round in Europe. Then who plays who? And so there seems to be a bit of mixed feeling whether it matters really if you win or lose, or whether you terms of what it does for positions.
People see all this. I see all this people saying, "Oh, if this happens, we'll play this team or that team." But if this, I don't know how many. I don't know. You can't judge that till the actual games are finished.
Yeah, just get down here tomorrow night and get about their mints.
Aye, get the bit of community singing going.
Bit of community singing going. Welcome Prince William to the. You realise he'll be King William when the time comes, eh?
Aye.
Look forward to that day. I hope I'm dead by that time.
I hope I'm dead by that time. Well, we can't sing about the hope. We can't sing about the hope that King Charles dies soon. Then, John, that means that you're out the window shortly.
He's a good.
Pick one or the other.
Oh, you can just imagine him, eh? I was sitting behind one of them in the motorway the day with the. My poppy's bigger than your poppy, lest we forget on it. You know, you're thinking, oh man. So if other son was hijacked, that was hijacked, eh?
One of you go, John, used to just run right into the back of him, said the brakes failed in the motor or something.
You know, I said there's a great Irish film years ago called The Field, and they made a comment. He said there's a thin veneer of respectability about these people, and that to the outside world looking in. How many times we discussed this? It's a thin veneer of respectability, isn't it? It's the establishment club, and we're always in the wrong side of the line for booing it and not wearing it or whatever. But you know what it means, and I know what it means.
Aye.
That's the bottom. Anyway, we digress. Is the league secure? We're not in any danger.
No, I think if we lost the league, would you sack Brendan Rodgers?
Aye. No. I don't. As I said to you, I'm intrigued with. I'll be intrigued about. I'll really look forward to the next time we play him at Parkhead, because I'm not buying into the Belgian Bale's got his number, but he certainly had. He certainly had Mary a handle on us in the last 2 or 3 games, and we've had on him. And Brendan obviously didn't react well to the criticism after the New Year debacle. So it's over to him at Celtic. I don't know when we play them at Celtic Park. It can't be that long. March or something.
March sometime, isn't it?
So
but John, see the thing about it, and what you're saying, right, about like Bill having a bit of a mark, maybe, right, but it's like you watch Celtic, and Celtic, when we were firing, see the way we were playing the first part of the season. Yep. Celtic, we were unstoppable, brilliant to watch, great to watch. Do you know what I mean? The cup game, they gave as good as they got. We shot ourselves in the foot again. Stupid mistakes, switching off, players switching off and stuff like that. But
games are 2 halves.
Aye. But tactically wise, again, he got technically a result. I know they could beat penalties, but over the 90 minutes and the extra time, whatever, they done their job. They held their own against Celtic, who were meant to be far superior and just needed to turn up.
Absolutely.
We thought going to the piggery, right, it can't be as bad as a cup game. But
it was worse.
Aye. So as you say, there is something, there does seem to be something that Bill's got. And it obviously is just some wee tactical tweak or a wee, but do you know what I mean? It's not major. But Rodgers must be able to see that.
But he's not shown it. I don't think there's any tactical genius in Bill. But Celtic don't cope well with a high press. You can leave their 2 centre halves for the ball as much as you like. He done nothing either personnel wise that day, or system wise to try. As you said, they had a makeshift defence, a rookie goalkeeper, and we done nothing.
We should have been look at the goals McGregor scored outside the box this season. Which it's a thing that I've always held against him, because he's not done that enough when he was younger. And then over the years, I think it was one of the best parts of his game when he was younger that he seems to have kind of forgot about. But he seems to have funny shooting boots this season. Guys like McGregor and that, they should have been raining shots in that goal that day.
Is Palmer, somebody saying that he'll offer more than Yang? Is Palmer away? Is he going?
No, yet. I don't think.
No. See, there was somebody else looking at him as well. It was a
Greek mob,
Greek was a Greek team. But he's not away yet.
No, I don't think so, no.
He was well away. He's never Celtic class, eh?
I'm saying that, John. I don't know, man. See if he still played a 4-2-3-1. I think Palmer would have done a job for us in the number 10 role.
He could have played a 10, but he's never a winger.
No, never. No, he's never a winger.
He's not pace, eh?
His chin's offside before the ball gets to him for a start.
Absolutely. He's the overshot lower jaw. I mean, if he was a dog, he would even be sold as a pedigree. He's so I thought he was actually away, so he's not away either.
No.
So what's the team for tomorrow night then? CCV's out there.
Will be Schmeichel, AJ, Scales and Trusty.
Yep.
Taylor, McGregor. Rodgers will go Hatate and Engels, I think.
I think you're right. Yep.
Right wing will be Kuhn, up front will be Ida, and left wing will be... I don't know. What's the word in James Forrest? Could he not even playing the right for a while the more? Is he still out long term or what?
No, heard he still gets listed as an injury every time it comes round.
I don't know, man. Honestly, who would you play in that left hand side?
You're struggling, eh? I don't know. I'm struggling.
Yang. You're Bobby saying Yang will start.
It's
that's a bit of tough thing, that, isn't it?
Yep. That's when you realise how little options you've got. That's what I'm saying. Do you forget a winger? Do you play an extra man in the middle of the park? Who knows? Don't know what I'll do. I can't see Yang being starting. I must admit.
People are saying put McKibben out left. David Gallagher saying play a 4-5-1.
So I'm saying, can you just play an extra man in the middle of the park? Forget if you've not got a winger, why try to play with one?
Like Taylor and that, even.
It's so what is it?
I fucking hate Yang. That's terrible, Bobby.
What was that?
I fucking hate Yang.
Oh, that's a bit heavy duty, Bobby, man.
Oh, man, calm yourself.
No. So, smash the don't likes, there.
I'm unliking this podcast after that. Plunge, you taking that? What, if Plunge is still about, you can have the vote, Bobby, or you're getting a yellow card for that. But when you think, I mean, they're talking this other winger coming in, and we've got to try and pronounce his name.
Aye.
But for me, again, see, that tells me then that Maeda for the off in the summer, John.
What makes you think that?
Well, we just brought Jota back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jota, we're not bringing Jota back to be a squad player.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean, sir? Maeda's been my first choice left winger for Ange came in. And now Rodgers has brought Jota back. He's not coming back to sit on the bench. So we've got to drop Maeda. How we got to keep the two players at that kind of calibre and level? How we got to keep them happy with game time?
Don't know, does Rodgers see Maeda through the middle?
Nah.
Yeah.
Surely they've done it more often than
I think it would be an act of insanity to sell me that. I don't care who we are playing or who you're playing in Europe. Nobody enjoys it playing against Dyson Maeda. Nobody. He's your man, Tavernier penalty. He'll be praying that he goes, eh? But even when you see Celtic against good quality, he's a one-man shutting down machine. Everybody talks about his end product. If he had an end product all the time, he wouldn't be Celtic. But you can't question his overall contribution to the team.
Oh no!
I'd sell Hatate every day of the week, twice a Sunday.
Aye, definitely. He's one of the first ones I'd have up for sale.
as much as he's capable of moments of brilliance, none more than that ball. What a ball that is! He plays for Ida, like
But his moments of brilliance, John, are just too far
few
apart.
and far between. That's right, few and far between. He's just not consistent enough, But he's definitely got it in his locker, but to produce it when he's definitely got a talent,
I mean, I don't know. It's just even something to do with. It's his attitude. Is it? I mean, it's hard to pinpoint because that annoys me, John. See, when I see players that can do good things in a game or brilliant things in a game, but they don't do it often enough. You wonder,
often enough. Yeah.
Is it what's the problem here, man? You're some player. Why can you not do this every game?
I tell you one thing. I wouldn't travelling down there. I wouldn't be disappointed to see McCown starting in the morning.
No, I would start McCown. I would. I don't think Rodgers will, but I would.
He's
only one of our team that's got a wee bit of dig about him. We'll get in. It's a wee kind of nippy sweetie and annoying people.
Mark, he never looks out of place. You've never saw him. You think he can be. He's £1 million. He's playing behind he's playing beside the £10 million man, and he never looks as if he's out his depth.
No.
He's never looked to be that he didn't have anything other than have a right to be on the park, And
he's only going to get better.
What's he, 26 or something?
26, maybe 27 since he signed, but he's only, Paul Hartley was 30, 31. Barry Robson was either 30 or 31. I can't remember which is which when they signed for Celtic. Look at the jobs they two done for us.
These are the type of players that, since Brown left, these are just guys. Barry Robson's probably one of the reasons you won the league that year, 2008. The same years as Tommy Burns died. Barry Robson played a big part in that. Hartley as well. You just don't see. I don't know why we seem so reluctant to go and buy that bit of dig in the middle of the park. It just doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem to be flavour of the month anymore,
But other teams have got these players, John. We see these players coming in and playing against us, right? See when I talk about sometimes people think I'm thinking, just a big stupid hatchet man to bring in. But you can even go back to guys like Wanyama.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Wanyama could play a bit, but look at his size. He wasn't getting pushed about in any midfield. But he could play a bit.
Yep.
And for me, John, maybe I think one of the things is that these players are that kind of sought after. Maybe anybody. Maybe out of price range. Do you get what I mean?
I just think you can let, Robson, Hartley, Paul Lambert. Just
even Petrov isn't he slight? Do you know what I mean? Petrov get getting pushed up and did a wee bit of a nasty streak about him.
To me he was more kind of box to box.
But he still get tore in, John, when he. Do you know what I mean? Part of his game was getting stuck in. He wouldn't back down for tackles or that.
He was no lightweight. I think the only argument I ever had at Celtic Park with another Celtic supporter was back in the day somebody against Peter Grant abuse. But Peter Grant, I love Peter Grant. We all knew he had his limitations, but he done his best to protect McStay, And if
that was his job.
If he'd go McStay, you knew Grant was getting a yellow card right after it, and that to me, so maybe I'm a dinosaur, But
sometimes I think I'm a bit old-fashioned when you see what like younger ones and that going about. But I remember you, John. But that was Peter Grant's job: protect McStay, and get stuck into the other team's midfield.
Absolutely, and I tell you can't even fault him for that, Chapel Hall's finest.
Another player, but that's what we're talking about, like guys like Greg Taylor and that. These guys are going out there and they give everything they've got for the team.
Yep.
And that, again, what we're talking about, that's kind of one of the things that when Rodgers is maybe talking about when he's having a wee pop at the fans. Do you know what I mean? These guys, right? Maybe Greg Taylor's not the greatest left back in the world, but he's out there, and for the last 5 years, he's left every fucking ounce of himself on that park every time he's played for Celtic. Whether he's had a stinker or whether he's been man of the match.
Absolutely, and I tell you, many times have we mentioned the game when he was, we didn't know if he was going to be fit for the Ibrox game. I think that was that. Shut your hole for that boy day. And
I think it was that day, wasn't it?
He gets injured and Juranovic comes on and the arse falls out the team when Taylor goes off the park. So you know, in fact, I was thinking that about them across the Clyde and the abuse that some of their players have taken off them recently. Particularly Tavernier. I don't know why he wants to pull that jersey. Not that I understood why anybody would ever want to pull that jersey on, but why he wants to pull that jersey on. I can look back at Celtic players that were there when, relatively speaking, we won nothing. But see, when you go to a speakers night or whatever, they're still greeted with great affection. Has been Celtic men, eh?
Aye.
I mean, Tommy Burns didn't achieve what he was there to achieve, but nobody holds that against Tommy Burns, eh? Paul McStay didn't achieve as a captain probably what he should achieve. Know that was his fault, but he played with some donkeys round about him, eh? But he's a legend. He's a Celtic legend, eh? And there's just so many players that didn't win maybe what they should have won over their time at Celtic Park, but I don't remember them subject to the vitriol that they seems to get dished out across the Clyde, like, eh?
No, I don't know, John. I can't remember any kind of Celtic player getting. I mean, even Scales and Taylor. I know people going about them in the heat of the kind of moment, even on the live chat for games, things get said. You know what I mean? Or he should never pull on a Celtic strip again, blah, blah, whatever and that. But I can't remember any kind of player as such even getting pure actual hatred, John, on the kind of level that you're talking about, like Tavernier and that. It's been about 10 years now.
Yep, he's in the Hall of Fame, eh?
Only captain that lifted the league for them in their existence. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, I've sat here. I'll give my opinion on players and stuff like that, but I never take it to kind of that level. I mean, if you look, some of my opinions on players are a bit controversial at times in that, and that's not me just kind of trying to do that to create content or anything. That anybody that knows me, that's just the way I am.
I don't
do the likes of Kyogo and stuff, but
you
never target and be.
Nah, it's a game. End of the day, it's a game. And
I mean, it's like see if here one for you. See if you were walking, you and the missus, John, were out shopping and you bumped into Tavernier and his missus and their kids out shopping. Would you talk to him?
Absolutely.
Even if you were standing there with a Celtic scarf or something, aye.
Yep. Absolutely.
Because he's probably not, but half the time he's getting. I think, and probably there is. I mean, it will happen. These Rangers players will get in public and get grief off the Celtic supporters, and sometimes it'll be, especially if they've got a wife and family in that way. And do you know what I mean? Half the time you maybe even walk by if they give you a look kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, the Rangers fans are out there fucking that thing with Mine Morelos with the brakes and all that kind of nonsense.
Yep.
Blaming our Celtic fans are getting his motor tampered with and all that, and then you're like, well, we're not like you. Why would we even think about doing anything like that? You're storming your Player of the Year dances.
No, there's just a line. There's just a line you can't cross. And that day you saw Tavernier leaving Ibrox and that boy was up. Crossed the line for me, the serial loser bit, the getting personal bit. That's he. In fact, was it Tavernier actually took a step towards that boy the day and he gets pulled back in? I thought, hey, how you can go for to pull that jersey back on again? That's up to him right enough, but
Do you know 40 grand a week?
aye, that would help, eh?
Aye.
That would help.
That definitely, aye. Would you pull it on for 40 grand a week, John?
No.
Would you pull it on for a 40, 40 grand?
No.
Get you dressed up as a hun for Halloween.
I told you before, I remember when my laddie was playing with Airdrie, and he was just a wee boy, and when I tell the boys, the guys in Shettleston, we go for a pint in Shettleston, and McGregor's old man drinks in there, eh? And he wants Celtic to win when McGregor's playing, which I just don't get, right? Even playing against them. And he's a Rangers man too, eh? He's old man.
Aye.
Rangers staff. And he drinks in the same pub. And I always tell him, I remember when my laddie was playing with Airdrie, and him saying to me, if I sign with Rangers now, will you come and see me? I says, listen, let's get one thing absolutely fucking clear here, eh? Under no circumstances would I come and cheer you on playing with Rangers. I says, in fact, see when you come to Parkhead and you're getting absolute fucking dog's abuse and somebody tries to hit you with a pie, that'll be me. So absolutely no chance. No, I'd never have played with him. I couldn't have walked out that tunnel and heard and listened to the songs about the thing that's the dearest thing to me in my life. I just couldn't. I'd have walked fucking back again. As soon as somebody would have said to me, "Don't bless yourself," and say, don't make, that. Know that. I never liked seeing, particularly the Mo Johnsons of this world, doing it, because they were just.
G-Dog, John's told me that story about 20 times in the last 3 or 4 years. Believe me, that's true. That's what he tells his boy.
It's no, I'd never have played with him. But my old man used to say, and I said the same thing to my laddie, if you're good enough for them to take you, somebody else will take you. I'd never have played with him. No chance.
I'll be honest, I would never have been good enough to play with him right enough, but no, I'm the same as you, John.
As my old man said, if you'd have been good enough to play with him, somebody else would have took you. The only team I was ever even close. I've not got a second team. The only team I was ever close to, and I still probably have a wee soft spot for was Dundee United. And that's probably just. I would like to think less to do with the fact that they were Dundee Hibernian and to do with the fact the team that they used to bring down to Celtic Park in the late 70s, when they had Morris Malpass. You think
David Neary,
you think of the money we've wasted, and we can't net a centre half, and they had Hegarty and Neary at centre half, and Aberdeen had McLeish and
Wally Miller
and Miller, and for some reason, like boxers, we can't net a centre half anymore in Scotland, eh? So
I've you said that I've got a wee bit a kind of soft spot for Dundee United.
Eamon Bannon as well.
Eamon Bannon was there, aye.
Big McAlpine used to take penalties and that too, like, eh? Just a good. You got to remember they went to a European final as well.
Aye. Even back to the players Aberdeen had at the time. Derek Black, maybe with him as a coach at Celtic for a while.
That's right.
But what a striker he was back before. He left Aberdeen to go to France or something, done back in or something like that, wasn't it?
Yep.
But what a striker Eric Black was in his day.
Yep. That's him. I'm always quite.
Ian Jess. He was another player I'd have loved Celtic to sign.
That's right.
Always ends up nostalgia night on here. What was that thing on the radio they used to play? Our song went to the wee sad tune in that. We'll need to get that up, John.
Our song?
Aye, mind the thing on the radio. It was on the wee sad tune in Radio 1 in the morning, then tell you reminiscing about the happy days and that kind of thing.
I remember driving to work with Snorters Trip me and the tears blinding me off. Horrendous programme, that Our song. Your tune. That's fucking brutal. What's if life's not depressed enough without wanting to listen to that one? Anyway,
Aye.
Mark, that's me getting near my.
Aye.
I'm
Aye,
getting
that's
near
us. Aye, that's us about
I'm
8
getting
o'clock.
near
That's
my.
fine.
I can smell the dinner here. We've
So
had
here,
the-
dinner. John, do you want to tell me what happened with dinner tonight?
What?
Right. It's it's Grotbag's pie day, right? So before we got a take, we both own that Just Eat. We got a takeaway on her pie day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've ordered the stuff for the Indians and that. Bang, 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 bang. Delivered meant to be between 4:45 and 5 o'clock. So it's got to 5:30, no dinner. It's getting on here and that. And know what I'd done, see on that Just Eat app. Sometimes I'd like send my mum like she like a kebab or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd ordered me and Jack's dinner to fucking get delivered into my mum's bit.
That was the clever.
I know, so I phoned my mum, did an Indian turn up at your door? I said, did an Indian, I don't mean that the way it sounds. I said, did an Indian turn up at your door? She's like, I just sent it away. I says, that was your dinner. So then Grotbags has phoned the Indians and says, oh, we'll get it done as quick as possible. That was at 5:25. Just as I came up the stair to start the podcast, that was the dinner just getting delivered.
Bad for you anyway. These takeaways. We're having.
It's only a treat now and again. When, you know what I mean? When she earns her keeping wage into the housekeeping.
We're having a. I don't know if you've heard of this before, but we're having dairy stew tonight. Dairy stews. Dairy stews are an even cheaper version of the Irish stew. So dairy stews made with
guinea pig or something.
No.
Alsatian.
Meatballs. I eat fish. So the next 4 nights, wee fish fan comes tomorrow night. So the next 4 nights I have fish.
Right.
4 times a week. And including a Friday, 2 cappers for a Friday night. But the nights the last kind of, that's not even unhealthy night, but if I'm going to eat meat, it's a night. So dairy stew's made with meatballs. Wee bit, I puts a wee bit of patties, veg, meatballs, bit of curry powder. What's that?
A bit exotic then.
What's that mean? Worcester sauce. Worcester sauce. And it's Worcester sauce, curry powder, patties, carrots, veg, and meatballs. Google it. Google dairy stew. It's like an even cheaper version of the Irish stew. It's absolutely marvellous. Just pure comfort food, but it's you're not eating shite. When you talk, I try to eat healthy.
Aye.
The best bit of advice I had, I've had it was see if eat real food. And see if your granda wouldn't recognise it, don't fucking eat it. That's about if you're going to have a steak, have a steak. If you're going to have a chicken or a fish or something, but eat real stuff. The old dairy stews it's a wee treat tonight. You can smell it cooking away here in the background here. So is your curry waiting in you here?
Oh no, if I've not eat that now this time of night. I'm not for you eating a curry this time of night.
How? It was only 2 minutes past 8.
Aye. No man, I've been down to watch my diabetes and that stuff, John, man.
Wow.
I'll end up being up all night. I'll need to phone you.
No, I don't do that. I'm up early in the morning again too. Well, thanks very much for having us on.
Thanks very much for coming on, John. It's always a cracking laugh when you come on.
I told you I had a meeting with the real Bishop last week, 2 weeks ago.
Aye.
Bishop Keenan, through in Paisley. He said he was a bishop. I said, so am I. I wonder if I was over there or no, but that's a crack wee intro you've got for the bishop coming on there.
That was Bobby that phoned me that, and I've been trying for ages to find a way to put it on.
What's happened to Big Jerry tonight then?
Well, it was at chapel, wasn't he?
Goes to the chapel. Oh, so it's a funeral or something.
Aye, so he's got a funeral tomorrow. I think the body's getting took to chapel tonight. Said he'd try and jump on, obviously. It's rolled on a wee bit. But let you go and get into your dairy stew, John.
Aye.
Thanks very much for coming on.
You're welcome. It's just always a pleasure. And just thank everybody for. It's amazing how you just can sit and talk about Celtic for. I love when they. My wee locals in Coatbridge, and as I say, I go to a wee place in Shelton on the way into the game, and I've got to just know the guys. I've said it many times. I've said to you, it's much more about a
social.
Absolutely. This is back to their reaction across the Clyde as well. I watched Celtic. I never missed a game. I don't think the time at Celtic lost. They won 9 in a row, and that's when I learned it was for the older guys on the bus. That it was about so much more than the football, and I just love seeing when you've got different generations there talking about the best Celtic 11, the best Celtic players. Is fantastic. It's the other week they'd been saying this is for me the best right back, best full back at Celtic I've ever seen was Danny McGrain. No doubt. No, Danny McGrain was the best player, the best right back in the world at the time. Never mind in Scotland or at Celtic ever had. But our Kieran talks highly about Jackie McNamara because he's also a different generation. When I talk about Paul McStay, there's an old boy tells me to sit down. He says you never seen Bobby Murdoch play. Apparently Herrera said after the European Cup final, let's talk about the player who's the best in the world in his position now, and Bobby Murdoch. No, I don't remember Murdoch playing to that extent, but it's just fantastic when you get if you can get different age groups involved in that watch Celtic at different times.
Somebody put it on the Discord earlier today. Someone on Twitter, something about who their top 10 Celtic players were. And before you go, I'll fire mine off in that, and we'll probably bring it up in the next podcast if anybody wants to dig out their own. Right, well, I've got McStay at number 1. And this is where it goes a bit maybe controversial. I've got Charlie Nicholas at number 2, John.
Good player. Very good player.
My hero when I was a wee boy, John. I was gutted. Do you know what I mean? People, I know he turned into a bit of an arsehole and that, but Danny McGrain, the flip, when he was a young boy at Celtic, was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then number 3, I put Brian McClare.
Yep.
Number 4, I've put Larson. Number 5, I put Moravchik. 6, I've put Burns. 7, Lambert. 8, Petrov. 9, Elliott. And number 10, Tom Boyd.
My laddie talks about Boyd. I couldn't name my best 10, but what I always think is there was a vote on the top 4. The top 4 post Lisbon line Celts. Paul Elliott. I remember the end of Billy McNeil's career and what he achieved and his goal scoring. He's probably unrivaled, but for me, Paul Elliott and kind of Simpson was the best Celtic centre half I've seen at Celtic Park.
Because a lot of people, when I saw it, and a lot of people put Big Virgil in it. Big Virgil, we never seen the best of Big Virgil.
No,
and see, I was actually seeing I put Elliott. No who else came into my head, John. You'll mind us playing it. Big Mick McCarthy. Big Mick McCarthy was a classy player.
Do you remember Sabutio?
Aye.
See Sabutio, you pressed the player's head down and his leg went out, eh?
No, that was FA Cup or kick-off or something.
Was that one, was it?
Aye. Sabutio was a wee guys on the wee egg bottom things.
That's right, that was a wee half round at the bottom, wasn't it? Aye. So I had Grand Slam as well. There was another one, Grand Slam too. But that's what Mick McCarthy could only hit the ball the way he was facing. But I tell you one thing, he didn't lose much. He didn't. Neither did Big Stubbs either. Big Stubbs didn't lose much.
Aye, Big Stubbs was a cracking player for us.
And neither did Big Dolph. Big Dolph never lost a lot either. But the four best that was voted by the Celtic support, the 4 best post Lisbon line Celts was voted. Obviously they're hard to argue with for me, and bear in mind we're not voting for folk we like here. We're just voting for folk we think we're the best, right? was Larson, McGrain, McStay, and Dalglish. The last one always gets a doesn't it? You can't argue with some player. Personally, never liked the guy, but
again, well, obviously, John, you've seen him playing.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? It's the best players you've seen playing for Celtic, and that's an argument. That argument's going to go on long after Kenny Dalglish.
Mark, I remember. Keegan went.
Can you be a legend for two teams?
No.
Can you be? Is Dalglish a Celtic legend or a Liverpool legend?
He went to. He's a Liverpool legend. He went to when Keegan went to Hamburg. They said he was irreplaceable, and Keegan was some player, but Dalglish went down and more than replaced Keegan.
Oh, aye, I'd agree with that. Aye, I was young, but I would agree with that. Aye,
it's Celtic. You need more than that to be a Celtic legend. I remember him being interviewed when Liverpool had won. When he had won Liverpool would win the league, and Celtic had won the league in the same day, and they asked him. They asked him about Celtic winning the league. What's your thoughts? He says, "What you asked me that for? I'm a Liverpool player." And I thought, "Aye, cheers, Kenny, eh?" And I never ever forgot that, eh?
And then away, 90 was the Rangers super scout, and they were going to sign Clive and Robbie Fowler and all. That's pushing that, I know.
And that's before you talk about his tenure as manager or assistant manager or whatever it was with Barnes, right? So no, I don't have any great affection for Kenny Dalglish.
Just as a player,
some football player. See, he's back to go. See, he's back to go. What a player he was. He really was. And it took years for people to realise it when he played for Scotland. Excuse me. Dalglish's biggest problem was his brain was away ahead of anyone else's on the ball.
Aye. See, that's how I see even when I was young, I first remember Kenny Dalglish as a Scotland player. No, I mean, I obviously left him by 77. I can't mind him being at Celtic, but even when I first came to think back to the first time I ever can remember anything about Kenny Dalglish, it was always, did he not score a screamer of a goal against Spain or something? With the blue strip, the white shorts with the blue band across the middle of them for Scotland.
I'll tell you another player that you mentioned there deserves a mention as well. Brian McClare was some player too.
Oh, aye.
Ferguson said that
the best pound for pound, best
the best player
he made.
McClare was at school with me, eh?
They robbed us with him, didn't they?
He was at school with me, eh?
Brian McClare was?
Yeah, and he's a year older than me. But Ferguson said he was the best pound for pound that he ever spent on a player. Now, you think of the players he signed?
Mm-hmm.
That's
McClure was cracking player.
That's some say that you see the players in that team. You know that famous game against at Love Street. Apart from the wee rodent being in it, he just kind of wasted it. But with that strip, when you see McStay, Murdo McLeod's in that team, Brian McClare's in that team, Tommy Burns in that team. I'm trying to think who scored that day. But you think, you'll never see anything like that again where you just have out and out Celtic men, Celtic supporters playing in a Celtic jersey. The days are gone. That's where sometimes you wonder if that connection is just. Don't get me wrong. I said you heard what I said last year about them. I was talking to watching one of them. They were talking about they need more Rangers men. No, you don't need more fucking Rangers men, eh? See all the data analysis, fucking staunchness isn't one of them, eh?
I know.
You need fucking football players. Let's say I watched Peter Grant.
But see at that, John, fair play to us. We've got Cal McGregor in the team.
Yeah.
We've got Greg Taylor. Going forward, we'll have McCowan. The other players will be. Do you know what I mean? Celtic have got that kind of. I mean, we saw them talking about it in interviews. We bring in these players and we build this winning mentality, the Celtic way into them. But that's the Celtic way you win in games. We go and win football games. It's not here. We hate fucking Catholics, right? You hate Catholics. You hate Catholics now. Go and wave to that picture of the king up in the corner. Yeah. Did you see the thing the other week? Well, maybe not the other week now, maybe a while back. The nonsense about Jimmy Bell's widow had emptied his kit room because the stuff wasn't getting the respect it deserved. Any new signings Rangers made, Jimmy Bell took them down to his kit room to show them the history of the club and what it meant. What the fuck's that all about?
What does it mean?
I mean, that's a true thing. You know, she took all the stuff out the room and took it away and, I don't know, fucked it up the loft or some shit. But, I mean, imagine signing for a football club like that, right? There a picture of the king on the wall. You need to stand there and wee bit of solitude, a wee bit of thinking about what the king means to you. And then down here to listen, this wee bigoted bastard talking to you about how we hate Catholics.
Aye, then you have the cheek to ask me whether I played for them. Fuck. I know you didn't actually need an answer to that question. Well,
I just had to ask. I thought you'd have been up for being a captain. You and a wee funny handshake with John Gregg.
That's right. Do you want to come and see us? No, I'm staying in to hammer 6-inch nails into my head that day.
Right, we'll let you go, John, because that stew's burning, man. Me Eileen's got to told you no ads for that.
It smells magic.
Right, again, John, thanks very much for coming on. Really appreciate
it. Again,
Right, good night.
Thanks
God
to everybody.
bless.
Thanks to everybody else that came in there and gave us the comments and for the crack. It's always good to have the crack a bit of common love. Good night, lads, and God bless.
Good night, John. God bless, bud. Hey, thanks very much to John there for coming on. Everybody that listened in. Estapona boy, sorry mate, I just saw you there. Thanks very much for joining us, bud. Hope you enjoyed that tonight. Again, it's just a laugh and a joke. Don't take anybody say too serious. We'll try and get back again, just trying to get people without working and stuff like that. I'll try and maybe get one going for the weekend even, right lads? I'll just go with that. Right, hail, good night and God bless.